Hi, Sam. I'm sorry I'm late.
Dad, it's fine. The cab's already here.
That's okay. I'll take care of it.
We have 3 scenes together in the whole film, but it's nice when you like respect somebody's work to be working with somebody like that. You know, it's a lot nicer than when you don't respect their work and you have to feign it, you know. And with him, I do, you know. And there's something about the work that he does and the way he does it that I would love to aspire to.
You know, Jake, and I met with Jake, and I immediately fell in love with him. He's such a nice guy, such a down-to-earth person, you know. And he's such a good actor, so I was like kind of, I didn't even met the other guy.
Cool. I mean, we don't have to or whatever, but you're missing out on pure genius.
When you're doing a big movie, a disaster movie, or an action movie of any sort, it's always hard to do character development because you've got so much space that's taken up by the action and the sort of the effects that are happening. So you've got very small, narrow scenes to work with.
You want to have regular people, you know, like kind of in extraordinary situations. And sometimes it's really interesting. The more ordinary the people is, the more the people buy in the extraordinary situation.
You know, you have to just try and find ways.
You don't have to pay him anything.
Here, will it take care of it?
That's fine.
Here. There you go. Thank you.
So you brought the lima bean?
Just get in the car, will you? Let's go.
Thanks, Dad. This place is so retro. It would actually be cool if it were on purpose.
Then I can give that picture to the color timer and say, like, I think this looks really great. Can you reproduce that? Or say, you know what, it's a bit blue, make it a little less blue, but I think the density is really cool. Don't make it brighter. It's a great tool for communication.
You got some competition?
Oh, yeah. Man, you got some serious competition. Please.
Good evening, sir.
Hey, Joe. Thanks, Victor. I'll see you in the morning. Right, sir.
Terrible weather. Tell me about it.
Still a little bit not so sure about my English capabilities. Also, there's constantly like something on the set what you want to change. I'm very kind of intuitive about that. And it really happened midway through the shooting. I all of a sudden wanted to radically change something.
One of the things...
And all of a sudden the streets are underwater. And it was like kind of not really convincing to me.
He came to me that I could see he was thinking, well, maybe these things should go and maybe we should write.
Well, this was a huge change. I mean, we're talking about, you know, 50, 60 pages of rewriting in the movie, and everybody was kind of freaked out about it.
I'll be honest with you, it scared the hell out of me, because as the producer, part of my responsibility is to make sure that we're on schedule and on budget, and that happens sometimes, and sometimes you, because in the end you'll be forgiven everything if you make a great movie and the movie's successful and people make money and they like the film, and you know, if the movie doesn't work, then you're not forgiven so easily.
The water's stinging my eyes.
I'll get a...
If you're going to do a big budget disaster film, this is the type of film to be a part of. I mean, I mean, Roland is a genius, so films like this, he's the guy to go to.
And yeah, the water was pretty warm. It wasn't that bad, but they had these giant fans blowing, so when the rain fell, the rain was like pretty cold. It was pretty freezing. It was just like...
There were like 400 extras that day or something like that, and apparently some of them had some bladder problems, so after a couple of weeks, you know, it wasn't too pretty in there, but it was wet. It was very wet.
These is now the security guards, because you're joining them up top there.
They're getting script changes.
They're getting them right now.
On page 87.
This is what happens with big movies. Script changes every day.
Okay, let's read through it.
Starting from 141, going right into 143, and action.
Created by Victor. I mean, I've worked with both of them, you know, like kind of many times already, so they're like kind of a good team.
Roland does German. He's so funny. He's like the sweetest, probably the sweetest guy I've ever worked with.
He's just awesome. I mean, that's one of the reasons when they sent me the script and they said Roland Emmerich was in it, I was like, I want to do it, I want to do it, I want to do it. Everything that he does is just so amazingly put together, and he's so much fun. He's such a cool guy.
I mean, he's not what you would say one of those very, you know, on-edge type directors where it's like, you know, frantic on the set. You know, it's very calm, which is one thing I really enjoy.
Every time you turn around, he has a smile on his face. He's so even keel. He's created the most comforting set. I mean, very calm and no drama, and that's such a pleasure, because that's the way it should be.
I know he probably thinks I'm crazy. I'm serious. I'm next to him constantly. You know, whenever I'm on the set, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna go stand over here, and periodically I'll ask him questions. Okay, so Roland, this shot you're doing right here, so like, you know, what made you come up with this idea? And he just, you know, broke some things down for me. I don't know, it would cost somebody else maybe $50,000 a year to get what I'm getting paid for.
I don't think we work with any real elements in this film. I don't think the snow is snow. I don't think the real water is real water. I don't think that even when it's supposed to be hot, it's cold, and when it's supposed to be cold, it's hot. Yesterday we were working in what's supposed to be snow, but is actually baby diaper filling. I think it's called polymer. And it's like a substance that they fill with, you put it in water and it expands. It's ridiculous substances that we're playing with here, kind of trying to make them feel as real as they can. And they look really amazing on film, but trying to brave them is almost harder than braving the weather itself.
It was...
I always wanted to show that like the world is upside down, and I thought like kind of the symbol for that was also a Russian cargo ship floating down Fifth Avenue.
We couldn't have used we couldn't have used a